In this lesson we're going to look at filling out these tables using these functions. Then after we fill out the tables we're going to graph each function using the tables. So let's start off with the first one here. We have y equals x squared. We're missing the y values but we're given the x values. So all we need to do is plug each number into the function and then work out what the y is equal to. So we have -3. So this would be y equals -3 squared. We must square the whole number including the sign with it. So we have -3 multiplied by -3. Two negatives multiplied by each other gives us a positive. So we have 3 times 3 is 9. The second one, we have y equals -2 squared. Once again, -2 times -2. Two negatives multiplied by each other gives us a positive, which gives us 4. The same for the 1. -1 times -1 is a positive 1. 0 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. For the second one, we have y equals 1 take x in brackets all squared. So remember we do the brackets first. So y equals 1 take x. X is -2 here. And we square that. So we firstly do all the brackets first and we go from the inside out. We can see we have a negative and a negative beside each other. That makes a positive. So we have 1 plus 2 squared. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, the next one we have y equals 1 take -1 squared. Once again we do the brackets inside the brackets first. We have a negative and a negative beside each other, so that makes a positive. So we have 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 squared is 2 times 2 is 4. The next one we have 1 take away 0 all squared. 1 take away 0 is 1. 1 squared is 1. One take away 1 all squared. 1 take away 1 is 0. 0 squared is 0. 1 take away 2 all squared. 1 take away 2 is -1 all squared. -1 times -1 is, because we're timesing two negatives together, we get a positive, so it's just 1 times 1, which is equal to 1. One take away 3 is -2. -2 squared is a positive answer, so that's 4. One take away 4 is -3. -3 squared is 3 times 3 is 9. And there we have it. We've completed the table of values for the two functions from x equals -3 to x equals 3 for the first one, and from x equals -2 all the way to x equals 4 for the second one. Now we're going to look at sketching the functions for these two. So the first job we need to do is create the two axes. So we'll do this first one first. And we note that x goes from -3 to +3, and y goes from 0 to +9. So we need to give ourselves a bit of space here. So our y is all positive, but our x is negative. For arrows, label the axes, and let's mark the axes here with the numbers. So we go to -3, -1, -2, -3. That might be a bit squashed up. I might expand that a little bit more. Might know -1 here, -2, and -3 just on the edge. One, 2, 3. For the y values, we go from 0 to 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now we need to simply plot the numbers. So we have pairs of numbers here, an xy pair. Each one is an xy pair. So x is -3 here, and y is +9. So we go all the way up from -3 all the way up to +9, and we put a little dot there. We can also label this point as -3, 9. X value always comes first and the y value comes second. The second point here is -2 and +4. -2 and a +4 is here. So we have -2, +4, -1 and +1, -1 and a +1, -1, a 0 and a 0, a 1 and a 1, +1 and a +1, a 2 and a 4, 2 and a 4, 3 and a 9, 3 and 9. Okay, we've got the points there. Now we need to sketch a line through those points. So we want to make it a nice smooth line as possible. And there we have it. That is y equals x squared. Okay, let's do the second one now. Make a bit of room over this side. We note that x goes from -2 to a +4, and once again the y values go from 0 to a +9. Put our arrows on the axes and label them. Okay, now we can start labeling the axes themselves. negative 1, negative 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we go from 0 to 9 on the y-axis. One, two. Okay. So first point is x equals negative 2 and y equals 9. So x equals negative 2, y equals positive 9. X equals negative 1, y equals 4. Zero and 1, 0 and 1. 1 and 0, 1 and 0 on the y-axis. Two and 1, 2 and 1. 3 and 4, 3 and up to 4. And 4 and up to 9. 4 and all the way up to 9. Now we can sketch a line through those points. And there we have it. 1, y equals 1 take x all squared. So that completes this lesson on filling in a table of values using two functions and then plotting the results.